Everybody's talking about Metroid Prime, how it got remastered, and basically the digital edition of Metroid Prime is now available on Nintendo's eShop for about $39.99. We're still waiting for the physical edition of the game. It's supposed to be coming out sometime later this month, I believe on the 22nd of February. It's supposed to be released. And honestly, I feel like Metroid Prime is a game that should have been remastered like at least like a decade ago because Metroid Prime is arguably the best Metroid game from the entire series, and the series has been around since the 80s. And you look at the teens decade, for the most part, it's been pretty underwhelming for the Metroid series, probably with the exception of Metroid Dread, which I believe is probably one of the best-selling Metroid games, like within like the 35-year history of the game being around, or like the series being around. And honestly, I do feel that like Metroid like Prime 4, we're probably not going to get that until like I'd say like hopefully like 2025 at the latest, because Metroid Prime 4 has been in developmental hell for God knows how long. And some people are under the impression that Nintendo is just going to cancel the damn thing altogether, and hopefully that's not the case because people really love the Prime series. And speaking of which, if Metroid Prime, from 2002 got remastered for Nintendo Switch, why not remaster Metroid Prime 2 Echoes? Because that's a game that I feel had like a better story than the original Metroid Prime game. Hell, it had a better story than Metroid Prime 3, depending on who you ask. And the game managed to break over 1 mil in terms of sales. So, like, Metroid Prime Echoes definitely has some appeal. I definitely feel that it has more appeal than that of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. And honestly, you would think that Nintendo would have done something where they remade or remastered all 3 Metroid Prime games and released in a bundle, similar to how they did with the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, games that came out or that was like re-released. Like, I don't even remember how long ago that was, but it wasn't too long ago. But we got to see Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, and I believe it may have been 3D World that got remastered and re-released, and it was available for a limited time. And a lot of people feel like Nintendo definitely, they dropped the ball with that, and they feel like they definitely could have did the same thing with Metroid. But at the same time, the Metroid series is not. It's not quite as popular, quite as big as the Super Mario series. It doesn't sell as much as Super Mario does, and it's perfectly understandable. And I get that maybe Nintendo wants to do something special with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes in relation to 2024, because next year is actually going to be the 20-year anniversary of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. So it's likely that Nintendo has something special planned for the game in relation to a remake or it being remastered next year, but we won't know for sure unless they confirm anything. I definitely feel like there's money to be made from Nintendo remastering Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, but right now everybody's just waiting for Metroid Prime 4, because it seems like we have no idea like how far in development that game is in, because we have seen no gameplay footage, no screenshots, nothing like that. And it might get to a point where like by the time it comes out, no one's going to care anymore. Hopefully the game comes out sometime, I don't know, in 2025, maybe 2026 at the latest, because I think it's been way too long. And I get that Nintendo is trying to create something mind-blowing that's going to sell, and that's going to gather people's attention and draw them into the Metroid series like they were into it like back in the 2000s. But, the longer you wait, the more people are going to lose interest. And hopefully that's not the case with Metroid Prime 4, but I definitely do feel like Metroid Prime 2 Echo should definitely be remastered, similar to how the original Metroid Prime game has recently been remastered as well.